Hi friends, thanks for tuning in today. We're going to be chatting about some new stuff I've gotten from Sephora lately, and it's a lot of holiday gift set palette types of things. I love this time of year. I thrive in this time of year. I love doing makeup reviews on these kinds of products because I feel like you're usually getting a better value. You're getting to try different things. Sometimes brands put out things that aren't even limited edition, but they've packaged them in such a way that it's a much better value this time of year. So I just want to talk about some of these things that I've decided to get, and then I definitely like to gauge your interest on what things, you want to see reviews on. I do plan to review it all. First thing, which kind of snuck in with its own review, I got the Tarte little honeysuckle set. So go back to my last video if you want to see this in action. Spoiler alert, it's a really good set. I really enjoyed this. It's $42. You're getting the palette. It's 9 eyeshadows plus a blush plus 2 full-size lip products, the Maracuja Juicy Lip Liner and the Juicy Lip, and it's all of the shade Honeysuckle. And I was really attracted to it when I saw it in the picture. I thought, oh, this lip product here, this makes me think of Clinique Black Honey, and I love that whole color scheme, and I feel like basically they created a collection that would complement the Black Honey vibe. And I really think they did a great job. I love the looks I get with this. It's a very classic set. I really like the blush that they included in here as well. It kind of pulls everything together from the eyes to the lips. And I've never tried one of the lip liners from this line, and I really enjoyed that. And the color can overall be very deep on the lips. I'm not wearing that lip combo today, by the way. I'm using something else, but I just like that that was included here. And I think it all comes together for a very universally flattering look. Everything in there is nicely pigmented. The finishes of the shadows are not dry and flaky, but they're really smooth and just very consistent. So I enjoy that kit, and it's definitely one of my holiday faves so far. Another thing that I wanted to try from Tarte is their little 4 eye and face palette set. Now this is $54. The last one was $42, but they're giving you these 4 mini palettes, and I do really like the way they've packaged them. Instead of being like kind of a cardboard style packaging, they're nice, legit hard palettes here. I like that a mirror is included in everything. You've got the Glamazon one, so only one of them is a face palette. The other 3 are for eyes. I'm working my way through this set. There's still one palette I haven't used yet on the eyes, and I'm kind of feeling so-so on it. While I like that there's a face palette in there, and I'm wearing this today, I feel like the bronzer barely shows on me. The blush is all right, and there's a lot of like fine sparkle in the highlighter that I'm not super huge on. So that one's already got kind of a rating for me. I first used the Maracuja Juicy palette that they included, and at a glance, I like the color scheme, but there really isn't that much contrast. I'm not sure what's going on with like this shade. It looks lighter, and then you work your way into it, and I guess it's a little bit deeper than it appears. It's kind of odd because it's not a shimmery overspray, but it's almost like a matte overspray practically. The shimmers are like highly shimmery, much more like what you're going to run into randomly in the larger Maneater palettes. This was definitely a fallout creator for me, and not in a super troublesome way, but because I felt like I could dust it away, but just kind of flaky. Today I'm wearing the Tartelette Starlight palette, and this is kind of like your warm, toasty option. It looks like this. I've got these shades in my crease and outer corner, this on the lid, and also some of this shade on the innermost lid. And it's nice, it's basic. If you guys saw like my little fall palette curation video, I've got a lot of things that give this basic color scheme. So this definitely wasn't like the motivation for purchasing this kit. I don't really need more of those shades. And then the one I haven't used yet is the one that just says Tartelette. The original Tartelette palette is an all matte kind of cooler palette. This one, they've made it more plummy. I may like this one. I think this sort of smoky grayish plum up here is sort of unique. I don't have a lot of that shade. One shade seems to have a lot of shimmer, kind of a mauve-y shimmer. These shades all have shimmer in them, but it seems like to a lesser extent. And then we have a matte cream color up top. So I'll be experimenting with that as well. Obviously, I haven't decided my full takeaway on these. I do like that each palette, they gave it its own identity. I like the packaging. I like the size. I'm just not super blown away so far by what's inside, and I would still prefer the honeysuckle thing over these. I'm not trying to make this turn into a huge review video, but there are a few things that I've used in this haul already. Another thing that I'm wearing today, and I got in this haul, the Rare Beauty Everyday Rose Lip Oil and Liner Duo. I'd never used either of these kinds of products from Rare Beauty, so I thought this would be a great opportunity. They're giving you the Kind Words matte lip liner in the shade Admired. That looks like a full size, as does this. The tinted lip lip oil in the shade Delight. And so I'm wearing that combo today. And there's a nice kind of cooling feel that I wasn't really expecting to come off of the oil, I guess it is. It feels really smooth, not sticky at all, but not too greasy either. Like the way these two products have combined on my lips, it feels like a nice, rich, luxurious cream lipstick, I would say. And I really like the tone. I feel like I describe so many things as dusty rose, and I don't want to be that person who like overuses the term, but that really is kind of what this makes me think, like a slightly deepened dusty rose. Overall, it doesn't get as dark as this combo can. Like this liner is more intense, but there's a richness to the overall shade, right? Like I love this kind of a tone really any time of year. For some people, they might see this and be like, oh, that's my fall and winter lip color. I'd wear this any time of year. I love a little bit of depth there. I think it like brings out the eyes. It kind of balances out my face. The liner was smooth, easy to put on, very creamy. And this lip oil, just so you can see a swatch of how that looks as is, it definitely doesn't require the liner underneath to give you color. Like see what just a little swatch of that looks like on my hand. It has a nice amount of color on its own. And it really mimics the shade of the liner, I think. And like I said, a nice little cooling sensation. I really like that formula. I was expecting it to be thinner and greasier, maybe just by the name, but on, yeah, I feel like I'm wearing a super luxurious, moisturizing cream lipstick with the combination of the two products on. And I feel like I'm going to be asked, well, which combo do you like better? And I would say here with the Rare Beauty, you have two things that can be really freestanding, each of them, and you can get a good amount of color out of both. Like this doesn't need this one. This doesn't have to be topped with this. Like you have your matte look, you have your, more shiny, creamy look. Here, the Honeysuckle Juicy Lip is very, very sheer, and I think it totally benefits from being partnered with the lip liner. And I really like both combos. They're similar, but like I said, the other one, the one from Tarte, does go even deeper. That liner is just an even richer shade. And look what this lip oil does, by the way. I just wiped it off my hand and it leaves this kind of faint stain, like this little tint on my hand. The Rare Beauty lip liner was able to be wiped away fairly easily, and then the Tarte definitely hangs in there quite a bit. And again, it was a little bit richer shade. Frankly, I'm really glad I tried this little set from Rare Beauty. It's a very enjoyable formula on that lip oil, and I like having the liner to try as well, because both of those kinds of products were unfamiliar to me. So I'm glad I got that. It's in the thumbs up pile for me. Another thing I grabbed is from Laneige. They have a new scent of their lip sleeping mask. This is the caramel apple one, and I love apple-y things. By the way, there's a flavor of this Alani Nu energy drink, which I got randomly sent in PR. Usually I get beauty stuff, but I got an energy drink and it tasted so good, like candy apple, caramel apple vibes. And I just adore the way they chose to package this, where you can see the green, but you can see this like caramely thing going on here too. And then the inside is like that as well. Oh, it really smells good. Heavy on the caramel, heavy on the sweetness in the scent, but I'm still picking up on a little bit of some apple thing going on. And I was kind of disappointed when I got the pink lemonade one. I thought that one was super faint on the scent. If I'm going to put something on my lips, yeah, give me some scent. Oh, I really like that. I put that on my lips today just as I was doing my makeup. You don't have to just use these as a nighttime, like overnight thing. You can use them anytime as a really moisturizing, rich balm. It also comes with the little like spatula in there. It's really cute. Definitely a great giftable product, and I think they've re-released the peppermint one as well, which I like that scent too. Anything that's giving me like a cooling sensation on the lips, I love it. Now we're getting into a few things that I have not yet tried, but I just wanted to share from Too Faced. I went for the Let It Snow Globes set. I was looking online at the color scheme in each, and I thought, these kind of look interesting. They look sort of rich. And getting them out, I like this little retro theme, like something you would find in your grandma's glass cabinet. My grandma, who I called her Ma, I remember being in her house and like, did all grandmas have a big cabinet of trinkets? And she would have had things like this sitting in there. Okay, so that's what it makes me think of. And I like that little nostalgic feel. But there is the to and from on the back, so you could split this set up. But what's inside, gosh, they still have the film here. This one with the little angel, we've got a nice little color combo. I'm into what's happening with the navy shimmer, the deep kind of rusty burgundy shimmer, some dark brown. We also have like a face highlight, which could also be an eyeshadow too. So I'm interested in that. The color schemes just have me a little intrigued. Super cute. cute, and again, kind of an old-timey feel with this little gingerbread girl on the front of this one. We have, again, the to and from on the back. Colors inside, we've got some cool purpley tones. Actually, this licorice twist, I think, looks like a very, very dark plum, possibly. This interesting kind of shifty-looking lavender. Just kind of a random assortment of cool tones, plus this pink macaron blush down here. It looks so pretty. I'm excited to try it. Mini palettes are fun. They're just fun. And then this last one, look how cute. It's this peacock, cute little peacock. And then what are these little ornaments? I swear I have that deer. I have that deer ornament. But little like old school, old fashioned-y looking ornaments there. I think that's so pretty. And this one really takes on a more rosy theme with the colors from dusty rose to a deeper kind of berry pink. 5 mattes in this bunch, and the shimmers seem kind of soft and maybe a bit more gentle in terms of the frostiness. And then Peace on Earth is the blush down there at the bottom. So initial reaction, I've not used these yet on the eyes, but my initial reaction to the packaging is that they are super cute, very compact if you wanted to keep these for yourself. They're such a nice little size. I'm into it. I'm into retro holiday. The other thing I got from Too Faced was one of their smaller palettes. I'm always interested in what like mini palette they're putting out. And this is the one called Popcorn Balls. So cute little box that it comes in. It says, first it was your favorite holiday treat. Now it's a buttery must-have pocket-sized palette of warm, wearable neutral shades and bright winks of color that make your eyes pop. Smells like sweet and salty popcorn balls. Palette looks just like the outer packaging, and it is a cardboard palette instead of one of their little like metal palettes. And it looks like it's slightly bigger too than some of those small metal palettes were. They've kind of spread out the shades inside. But that being said, I am intrigued by this color spread. I'm intrigued by this really dark, gosh, is it a deep brownish plum? I'm not sure. We've got this buttery shade here, kind of orangey too. These lighter shimmers have perked up my ears. I'm definitely excited to give this a try. I have not used it yet, but your time is coming, Popcorn Balls. Oh, does it smell? I'm not pulling much scent out of this one, but maybe I'm just stuffed up. I am a little congested. I will follow back up on the smell, but I'm not getting much out of that. Like the Laneige lip mask, I was like, woo, I really smell that. Lastly, guys, I got this little set from Beauty Blender. You're getting a classic Beauty Blender in there and also one of their little like powder puffs. It's called the Little Wonders Blend and Bake set. And the packaging is really cute. There's like little mushrooms and flowers and everything. So this sponge, I believe, is like this. One of these that has that velour side. And on the other side, you have a whole other texture. And then I think they might have a little like Beauty Blender cleanser sample back in there. I'm not sure what that is. This is something I'm probably not going to crack open, but rather give as a gift since I know what these products are about. But I thought it was a neat little value, a nice combo, $30 gets you those 2 things. And let's face it, I like the colors too. I like this dark burgundy colored puff. So yeah, guys, those are the things I guess I felt immediately most drawn to in terms of the holiday beauty landscape. I mean, there have been some fall things like the Fall Romance palette, the Tarte Maneater Nightfall. To me, in the timing of things, those felt more like a fall release palette. But in this video, we're definitely talking about those things that are the holiday vibes. And I would love to hear what other things you've spotted somewhere that you're really interested in. I'm definitely thinking about one of the Hourglass palettes. You know, they put out those 6-color face palettes, and I'm having a bit of a hard time deciding between a couple of them, but I do want to get and review one of those. And it's still early. I know more and more things are going to continue to come out, so I will keep the reviews coming. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate your time and your kind comments. Sending the love back to you. Thank you. And I will see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.